Good morning, everyone. My name is Chris-Beth Cowie, the host of BizGrams, and you've met my, secondary guest host, co-host, Ryan Knight. As you know, Ryan is a dynamic entrepreneur doing amazing things in the community to help entrepreneurs really get activated, take positive actions to growing and flourishing their business. And the one area in particular where Ryan hones in is around grants and funding. We hear it every single day. Show me the money. Where's the money? And guess what? We have designed programs, and we're going to be talking about that today, about getting support to write your grant. Not only that, but looking at where the fund is showing up. And Ryan, I just want to say thank you so much for being here with us this morning. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. Don't mind me. I'm just sending it out to other people on Instagram, letting them know, because people always ask me, Ryan, where can I get a grant? Where are the grants? Where's the funding? How do I get money for my business? So today we are gonna break it all down. So a lot of times, hey, if you're not on Empowered for X's email list, if you're not on ACBN's emailing list, that's why you're missing out on where the money is.
Ryan, let's get into it. Talk to us about some of these grants that people must know about. Who's it for and when they should apply? Let's start with the one that's due tomorrow.
Actually, I wouldn't even start there. And it's because if you've been following along, you could actually get funding to help pay for your grant writing. So I usually tell people, look at the BBPA. They have a program called BAIDS, and you can get funding. Well, they help pay for invoices that you need for your business services. So that could be marketing support, that could be incorporating or registering your business, and it could include grant writing. So if you always get stuck with researching where grants are and also writing the grant themselves, you could get the BBPA to pay the invoice for your grant writer to do that work for you. So what do they say? Work smart, not hard.
Yes.
Get the money to help you get more money. Like stack it on. But so tomorrow, it might be tough to find a grant writer to help you with the application that's due tomorrow, which is the American Express Blueprint Grant. So American Express and the Ryerson DMZ, they've partnered up to create this new blueprint. They call it the Blueprint, $10,000 for your business, and they're selecting 100. So the last time I checked, they had about 250 applicants. They're expecting that to double to about 500, at minimum around 500. So a 20% chance. It is competitive. They're only selecting 100. But if you don't, what do they say? You miss all the shots you don't take. This day is going to be full of analogies. If you do not get your application in 100%, you will not get the money. So at minimum, let's get our applications in and put it on them to decline you. And even if you get declined, you would be able to get access to the DMZ business supports that they're creating. It's like a whole online curriculum. You'd still get access to that, even if you don't get the $10,000. So definitely get that application in for the American Express grant.
Hey, thank you so much for sharing that. And one of the things I like to say as well, when you get, let's say you get declined, right? It gives you an opportunity to also start building a relationship with that funder. We've gone through that process of not getting a no. And then, you go back to the table and asking the question, hey, what exactly were you looking for? What areas can I improve on? And really from that standpoint, you're now building your capacity, your knowledge about what needs to go into these grants to really stand out and shine, but also you're getting into the mindset of the funder in that context. And the reality is the grant is due tomorrow. You have a window from today to tomorrow to get your grants in. So take full advantage of it. Ryan, I don't know if you're able to speak to a bit about the eligibility. Who is the ideal candidate for this American Express grant?
So the American Express one, you do have to be incorporated. So if you're a sole proprietor or unregistered, you wouldn't qualify for this grant. But if you're either of those things, a sole proprietor or, it'd be difficult now because you did have time to incorporate. and you would have still been able to qualify. But to what you were saying earlier about learning from grants that you've done in the past to then apply again and have better success, use their own words against them. Like, they will give you the feedback on what you need to improve, and you put that right in. It takes away a lot of the excuses or the different reasons why you're declined. And on top of that, we're talking about the American Express grant. When you finish this grant, the next grant that we are talking about literally almost has the same questions, except for, I think, 2 or 3 additional. So Cilar, for those that don't know who Cilar is, and I was actually looking up what Cilar stands for. I was like, I keep saying Cilar, and then people are like, what is that? So the Coalition of Innovation Leaders Against Racism, they have launched their grants with the, so they partnered with Pitch Better.
And
and the Black Opportunity Fund, but it's all funded by Facebook. So Facebook is now putting up the money to get between $2,500 to $10,000 to Black-led businesses. And I'm looking again just to make sure I got that right, because just to make sure the American Express one is BIPOC, so Black and Indigenous and people of color. But this grant, it does say, let me see. Yeah, Black-led business grants program. So specific for the Black community, this grant is waiting for you. And the deadline is August the 20th. So you have a bit of time. Complete your American Express grants. Take those answers. So just a word of advice. Do not fill out the answers and just hit submit. Take the questions, put those questions into a Word document, answer those questions there. Hey, if there's time, you can send it to me and I'll give it a look over and say, hey, it looks good, or fix this, then submit. So copy and paste it over. Now you have all those answers. Use those answers for the other grants that you find. And so Cilar, the Black-led business grants program, is the best one next that you can actually approve for or apply for, sorry.
Hey, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that. I know some of our viewers here today, you may be a solopreneur, you may be unregistered. One of the things that you want to consider as you're building a business, we're not just here telling everybody go register their business, incorporate their business, but understand a lot of these grants that are coming down the pipeline are looking for businesses with such structures, a corporate structure, right? One of the things that you may want to consider, if you don't have it already, building that power team, have a conversation with your accountant, your lawyer, to understand when will we get to incorporation? What are the targets that we need to get there? One of the things here at Empowered Facts, we have a team, a legal team to help you get incorporated, help you get registered. So definitely you want to take advantage of those opportunities that we have. And it's not saying that you need to purchase right away, but they're able to give you a consult to say, okay, this is what you're trying to build. We can help you. One of the main things I want to talk about with grants that we're seeing for-profit business here at Empowered Facts, we primarily serve about, I would say 80% of our clientele are for-profit businesses, and the rest fall into the nonprofit realm. And one of the things that's really important, the trend that we're seeing around grants and funding today is for social enterprise. So if you don't know what a social enterprise is, please take a moment, reach out to myself, reach out to Ryan, understand how you could be restructured as a social enterprise. And we're not just talking about greenwashing or just because. We know many of our community folks already are doing community work. And so now being able to tie your for-profit entity with your nonprofit to really drive that forward is really empowering and important at this time, as well as we're looking at the funding landscape.
And just before we wrap up, the final grant that was just renewed, Digital Main Street, is back. So if those of you that have been, we were talking about Digital Main Street, I feel like a year ago. So you're able to get up to $2,500 for your marketing needs. And they have a vendor list of marketing agencies, which Secret Project, we're trying to work on creating a Black focused marketing and services kind of marketplace. Yeah. So if you get money, you can actually spend it with people in the community that do marketing, graphic design, videography, what have you. So that to say, they had the $2,500 digital transformation plan and the Shop Here program where they would help you build a Shopify website. They just got $10 million from the Ontario government, and I believe both those programs are back. So if you go to their website, you can check out the $2,500 grant program and the current Shop Here, helping you get your e-commerce site built. So don't miss any of these grants that we talked about, but especially that one. The difficulty level is really low, and they have videos that you have to watch that help you understand better how to market your business online. So at minimum, just going through those videos will help you out. Actually, we should probably create our own videos so that we can support our Black entrepreneurs with their marketing needs. So work in progress.
Yes. But you did talk about that. You did talk about that digital, ecosystem grant that we're working towards. So stay tuned, and we're going to be putting in an application to serve the entrepreneurs in our community. So we definitely want to hear from you as we're potentially reaching out to ask them questions. What do you want? Sometimes when you ask people that, they I don't know what I want. So think about it. What do you want, right? What would move your business forward? And we're advocates. We're pounding the pavement. I would not say that I'm in the, government rooms as Ryan is, but we have people in these rooms advocating on your behalf. So you need to open up your mouth and say what you want, right? Ryan, this has been an awesome, dynamic session with you on BizGrams. Always it's a pleasure to have you as part of our community. Today, I'm sending you out with lots of love and blessings as always to the viewers. Thank you so much for being here with us today. So thank you so much and have a wonderful day.